2 is better than 1. I have come to feel the pain. I have come to feel the pain. Even up to tomorrow. I keep on asking my God, is this how you want my life to be?
The explosion happened at a shopping.
Sadness, depression, neglect, loneliness are some of the words to describe how Mrs. Favour Duke feels since the death of her husband, Duke Ndubusi, who died from injuries sustained when a bomb planted by the dreaded Boko Haram sect went off at the Emab plaza in Banex-Wuse, a district in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, on the 24th of June 2014.
Nigerian police now confirm at least 21 people have died in a large explosion at the Banex Plaza shopping centre in the capital Abuja.
The traders, the banana sellers, they were all affected.
But the radical Islamist group Boko Haram has hit the capital twice with bombs in the last month.
We don't know actually how his own came about, but all I know is that he was on that spot.
The twin car bombing incident was reported to have occurred around 4 p.m.
The traders, the people, the banana sellers, sitting there, the vendors, the taxi drivers, they were all affected.
According to the police report, about 40 vehicles were destroyed, leaving 21 people dead and 52 others seriously injured.
People that are involved are the women's and the traders and the taxi drivers along the road that are selling bananas, fruit with their keys.
A witness, Chiledu Ami, manager of a beauty salon in the shopping center, described the aftermath of the bombing as a scene of carnage. The blast hit just when people were getting ready to watch the Nigeria vs Argentina World Cup match. Parts of the building and many cars outside the plaza were completely destroyed, and witnesses reported seeing body parts lying around the scene of the attack.
We saw a lot of dead bodies on the floor.
Like how many?
Actually, the one I can figure out, at least the one I saw on the floor, there are about 8 people I saw outside there, and a lot of pieces.
A figure that may not be accurate, but behind these statistics are everyday Nigerians like you and me, whose lives took a different twist in a split second. Duke Ndubusi, Favour's husband, who was a contractor working at the plaza at the time, was one of the unfortunate people that did not survive the ordeal. And life for her has not been the same since the Boko Haram bombing of June 25th, 2014.
It was around 2 that day. That is precisely 25th June 2014. So it was around 2 p.m. He called me and asked me, because in our church we were supposed to start a fasting that day. He asked me whether I have ended my fast, and our fasting normally ends by 2. I said yes. I was trying to pray and end it thereabout, what I answered him. So he said, okay, he will come back on time so that we'll go to church that day. I said, okay. So when we dismissed from school, like I carried my child, we came back home around after 4 to 5. So I was trying to delay a little because he has not come back. I was trying to delay a little, let him come back so that we'll go together. I waited. I even started doing work I'm not supposed to do. Normally, I'm that kind of a person that I don't like going to church late. So I decided to delay a little and wait for him. So on the process, it was getting to 6. I said, for Christ's sake, why is he not yet back? Okay, he knows the church. If he comes, he should start coming to church. I dressed up myself, dressed my daughter. Let me pick the key to lock up the door, let us go out. A call came in. It was his in-law from Madala. The man called me and said, he has been calling my husband's line and he's not picking. My own is that, If he's not picking, you keep on calling him now so that you will get him. Maybe he's doing something, that is why he's not picking. I had no idea of what happened that day. So he now said it's because of that bomb blast at that happened. I said, bomb blast? Where? He said at Banex Plaza. You know, that kind of fear entered me. I dropped the key. I said, okay, let me call him. I started calling. The number was going, nobody is picking it. So I ran to the backyard, called my next door neighbor. Did you hear? He said, yes, so that they are watching it in the telly there. I said, that is even in Emab. And Emab is the particular place he stays.
The death of a spouse is a very sad life event. For Mrs. Favour, it is always a galore of tears when the memories of the ugly incident that turned her to a widow and left her only daughter fatherless surfaces.
If I want to cast my mind back to habits, if I want to cast my mind back to how it happened, I thank God who gave me the mind to bear it up to this day. Somebody that was not sick. I didn't hear he had what the accident was. Mom, please don't remind me this.
She describes her late husband as a peace-loving man, struggling to make ends meet, catering for his family as he had just lost his mother at the time.
He's a man of struggle. He tries to make ends meet. Yes, things were not coming, but he's not that kind of lazy type. Look at the man that just went out to go and look for source for money to take his mother's corpse and go and bury. They kill him on top of it. Mother lie down, son lie down.
With life snuffed out of the breadwinner of the Duke's family, all thanks to the dreaded Boko Haram sect, Favour finds it difficult to move ahead with life. The financial burden of single parenting takes its ugly toll on her, despite being a graduate of banking and finance but unable to secure a job.
Right now, let me tell you how life is with me. My only child, she has a problem, a bone problem. I've treated it to the level my hand reach. It was a tough time for me between 2016 and 17. I was battling with it. I went to the hospital. The doctor told me that if I did not treat that bone, it will cause her hunchback. You know what it is going to look like. And it's a girl. That thing put me on emotion. I kept on running helter-skelter, telling people. I did the treatment to the extent my money could go. I left her. Now she's growing. When you see her, you see that thing is still shifting. I called someone sometime at that Mexican memorial. There is a gadget they say they are supposed to put on her to hold this thing. I'm not able to buy it. And that thing, she's growing and the bone is getting stronger and stronger. When I look at her, tears comes to my eyes. No one to run to. No one to help me.
Abandoned to her fate, without any form of support or assistance, Favour says at 55 years old, not being able to fend for her only child is the most heartbreaking for her. Her petty business is not enough to cater for her or her child.
Even if they don't give anything, let me have a job that at least I'm still strong. I can do something to take care of my only child. I I don't care any other thing. Give me this job. For where? No job, nothing, no one cares. The 21 billion they said they contributed, it went under the drain. Nobody heard about it.
Even sadder is the fact that Favour, unable to continue life in the nation's capital, is forced to return to the village uncertain of what life holds for her there.
I don't know. If I tell you now that I have millions and some nairas that I will go and establish there, I'm a liar. I don't have anything. Even my husband we're talking about, he has not built a house. Even when I go home now, I'm going to attach to see how wonderful it is. I'm going to attach somewhere. I'm going to be feeding on some people until God show me a lame light what I can do. If I tell you now that I have a business that I'm going to start with, it's a lie. But what do I do? What is the next option? I should go and be begging people, please give me money, ma go rent house, or give me money, ma go. Mbano. Let the will of God be done.
In a search of a will to continue living, Mrs. Favour casts her hope in God, believing that one day she will find a cause to smile again.
Maybe when Jesus helped me to make it to heaven, he will explain more to me why I have suffered. It is necessary for people to see what people are causing, the kind of pain they are causing to their fellow human beings. There are things that can happen to you. You enjoy it at a point you burst out.
For Favour and her likes, who have suffered pain caused by bomb blasts by the dreaded Boko Haram group, daylight in Nigeria does not come with hopes or possibilities of a better day. It instead feels like a Pandora's box has been opened and now let loose the horrors they now live with. Sadly, it rarely gets any better.
Eyewitnesses described scenes of chaos.
When I come back, before I will come back, none of them is there again. So the place now brought to ashes. All of them, both the banana women, all of them just like that.